Hello, YouTube. It's Farrell with you once again, and I just have one simple thing to say.
They're back.
And by they, I mean the Mormons. Turns out they weren't so ready to cast me aside. I got a phone call out of the blue. They asked me how I was doing. I told them I was progressing on my research and investigation, and they invited me back for another meeting. So I was all pumped up because I had gone through quite a bit more material since the last time I had a meeting with them. So I had a lot more talking points to go over. I didn't get to go over all my points as usual. They dominate the conversation. But I'll go over some of them and tell you how it went. Well, we had a normal beginning and ending, so I'm not going to get into that. But we did watch a video, a DVD, I'm sorry, a DVD about Jesus Christ. It was like a 20-minute long video, actors playing Jesus and all the characters at the time period, and all the things Jesus went through, and all the miracles he made, and everything he went through, the suffering, the whipping, and the crucifixion, and all that gobbledygook. And I could see exactly what the film was trying to do. The film was designed to behaviorally modify your mind of thinking. It used emotional heartstrings to tug at your emotional side in order for you to submit your logic to this force that this idea they're implanting in your brain. It was very emotional video, just to try and use your emotion to override your logic into getting you to believe everything that's being said in the video. And of course, it didn't work on me because I recognized that that's what it was trying to do. So after the film, we kind of talked about the film a little bit, and I brought up points that I had thought of while the film was going, and I just kind of reserved my questions for the end. One of the biggest things about the film was that they really emphasized the miracles, and that's how you know Jesus was, the Son of God, is he did miracles, but miracles, 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 miracles. So I asked them, when people do stuff that can't be explained, like a magician, okay, he does something, you have no idea how he did it, and you're like, wow, that's magic. A lot of people like to see that. It draws a crowd. That's why, Penn and Teller have sold out shows in Vegas. It's because magic is cool. But anyways, so being that as it is, these miracles that Jesus must have performed must have gathered rather large crowds. So that means eventually the high priests of the time would eventually learn about him and go check him out to see what he was all about. The high priest at the time being Jewish, following the Torah and all that. And they supposedly even witnessed these miracles. And you think that the foremost experts on the Old Testament would recognize the Messiah when they see him. But this was not the case in the film. Oh no. The high priest said, no, he's a false prophet. He's a false Messiah, and he is committing blasphemy. So I brought that point up, if the experts on the subject matter of the Messiah are saying this isn't the Messiah, how can you say it's the Messiah? It was, the poor people and the meek and the blind and the crippled and all that people that supposedly believed that he was the Son of God, not experts in the Messiah, lay people. So, yeah, and we mulled that over and over. I stuck strong hold to my logic every time they tried to pose a question or phrase something a certain way that I recognized was an emotional attack. It was something to use to provoke an emotion in me. My logic just was like the most cool firewall you'd ever seen. I just fired back with a bunch of logical arguments and crushed every single question that they asked of me. And I'm not really that good at debating. So there was that. They want me to go to church real bad. And they said, "Are you open to it? Would you just go, just to, just for the investigative part of it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm willing to go. It's a logistics thing. I'm not going to take my daughter to church because I'm not going to indoctrinate my daughter before she's of age of knowing what is deception and what is not deception." But yeah, I'm very open to it. And if I ever find a way around that logistical point, I will go and have Sunday service with them just to check it out. I mean, I got to be thorough. Otherwise, I'm not a good investigator, am I? And they really want me to go to church because they know it has an emotional effect. It changes your behavioral conditioning because it tugs at that emotion that says that you want to belong. Because that's a very solid emotion in every single person, is you want to be a part of the group. You don't want to be separate on the outside. You want to be in the group. You want to be accepted. That's a very strong emotion. And that's why they want me to go to church, is they want me to feel that emotion. Which, if I did, it probably wouldn't work on me because I recognize it for exactly what it is. So there's that. So failing in that, they are trying to up this emotional thing. You gotta pray with your heart. You gotta pray more. You gotta pray about this. You have to really get down on your knees and humble yourself before the Lord and whatever other stuff. See, these are all things that are behaviorally conditioning you to believe what they are telling you. If they say it's an all-powerful fatherly figure, then getting on your hands and knees in a submissive way is just going to further convolute your own logic in your brain. It'll trick your brain into actually thinking that this thing is a fatherly figure or is superior to you because you're doing an act that makes it so. So you're reinforcing the things that support this belief system. So the more they want me to do it more, because the more you do it, the more likely you are to actually believe this stuff. And I recognize that. So it really doesn't have an effect on me. So I include it in my experiments anyways, I make prayers to this God. I do everything they tell me, hands and knees, okay, read these specific scriptures, and it is yet to happen to where some thing happens where a piece of me inside gets changed, or I get touched by the Holy Ghost, or something like that they guarantee will happen. I cannot reproduce it in my experiments so far, so it's kind of a dud right now. So there's that part. But they seem to have cycled in some fresh blood. I only have one remaining missionary that is one of the originals, and the other ones have all been kind of cycled out, and I got a new one in now. So, which I think is good, because I get to expose more Mormons to logic. Yay, logic. So I don't know if they're cycling through people because of something I said that caused a change of thinking in one of the missionaries, and they decided to change out the starting lineup. I don't know. But I will tell you this. This isn't the end. I thought it was going to be the end, but it's not. I got another meeting coming up in a week. So be prepared for more Mormon videos. I'm Pharaoh, and thanks for watching.
Y'all know the name. Pharaoh fucking Monk, ain't a damn thing changed.